The reason why most people massively voted for Buhari was because of his policy of lack of no corruption during that time when he was head of state. So people were actually helping, were actually clamoring that, okay, fine, maybe he'll come now, he'll come and represent it again and do it all over again.
Few days to the end of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. But what exactly will Nigerians remember him for? My name is Nafi Omanga, and this is Eyes on the Street.
Only road projects. Other sectors, he has fared woefully. Woefully unimaginable. Nothing to compare with. Nothing to celebrate here. 3 core things I can remember he promised to do: security, insecurity, provision of job, electricity. I think these are the core mandates where he failed woefully. Jonathan left at 9 trillion, borrowed. He's leaving over 60 trillion as he's leaving office. The worst government I have encountered so far in Nigeria. Nothing to write home about. Buhari is a failure.
But the thing is that this past 8 years, I didn't really feel the tenure. So it's just all about the stress and everything. So I don't really think there's anything good I could just say, I remember this is, except about the negative things that we really experienced. Well, I didn't say anything. I didn't see the promises, giving the youth 5,000, the employment and all that was not there. It was really not there. Instead, we were spending more than what we were spending before. Everything went up and all that. So I wish him well. That's just it. I wish him well.
Well, I'm not a farmer, but the farmers, they can record that he helped them, especially the rice farmers. So he did well in farming. So I can say that. I'm not a farmer anyway, but people said that he put money in farming. Give all these rice farmers, he gave them loan. So though we've not gotten where we are going because of this rise of 18, the local rice is still having stone. But if they can work on it, at least it will help us.
For me, I don't think he's going to be remembered for something, because people are still complaining. No food, no good road, no lights, no good health care. So I think the man, I don't think he will never be remembered for something else.
I think the most thing to remember about the Buhari administration is the inconsistency of his policy. You know, at the very beginning, he'd usually come up with this kind of determined bravado about saying things about one particular policy. You say, okay, this is how it's going to be, and from the surface of things, you actually think, okay, this is how it's going to be. But the implementation begins to fall like a desticle, and it begins to fall low. You begin to realize that, okay, initially it was more interesting at the beginning, but at the ending, it turns out to be very worse. Take for instance, the changing of the Naira notes, right? So initially they changed the Naira notes as a way to forestall electoral rigging, so people cannot actually buy votes and all those sort of things. But you begin to realize that even at that, it wasn't even very effective at all. You were thinking, okay, fine, now money has been taken away, everything has been reduced, and now people will not buy vote, people will not find a way to just connive and tamper with the election. But see, it didn't even take long enough. It just simply put the citizens at a difficult position, not even beneficial to the policy it was supposed to implement. It didn't even work. It didn't work.
For Buhari's government, I don't think Buhari's government will be remembered for anything good, because talking about this administration, before the inception of the administration, they talk about fighting corruption. When you talk about the administration where corruption was at the topmost top, it's under this administration, where snake swallowed money, where rat take over the Aso Rock without no just cause, and all of those things. Talking about the cashless policy and then the economy under this administration is something else as well that need to be considered. We still need to consider the education sector as well, that the more attention is not being paid to. The students are always on strike.
Okay, for me as a person, I would say that the coming of this regime actually came with hope. We actually awakened a kind of hope in all of us that something is coming to be corrected, and which is the problem of this nation, corruption. But it's unfortunate that the reverse is the case. But everything we actually expected was in the opposite direction. For myself, I don't think there is any major landmark to remember. In fact, this administration is as good as being forgotten forever. Because as in Nigeria, I don't see any area here we can say that this man has really imparted. Yes, cut across the economy. Is it the social area, the infrastructure, the healthcare facilities, the enabling environment for businesses? All the promises, it's nothing to write home about. In fact, it's as if Nigeria is being scammed with this administration. For myself, I can say that this administration is a big scam.
Some Nigerians have made their assessments of Buhari's government and what they think he will be remembered for, the good and the bad. But what exactly is your own assessment? Hit us in the comment below. My name is Nafi Omanga. See you again next week for another interesting edition of Eyes on the Street. Bye for now.